The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
Ever get that urge, to just escape, like completely escape to a beach?
The sun, the sand.
Yeah, exactly. A nice, refreshing drink, maybe with one of those little umbrellas in it.
Sounds pretty idyllic right about now.
Doesn't it, though? Well, get ready, because on today's deep dive, we are talking beaches in Bolivia.
Yeah, I knew there'd be a twist.
You thought I was going to go with the obvious, didn't you?
Well, I have to admit, when you said beaches, Bolivia wasn't the first place that sprang to mind. But that's what makes this so interesting, right?
Exactly. And frankly, our listener may be in for a surprise here because, Bolivia, it's landlocked. No oceanfront resorts in sight.
Nope, not a one.
But that doesn't mean it lacks beaches. Just not the kind we're used to. Think more like salt flats that seem to stretch out forever, and I mean forever.
Like giant mirrors reflecting the sky.
And high-altitude lakes with shores that feel like you've landed on a different planet.
It's all about a different perspective on beauty, a different kind of escape.
So, to kick things off, let's talk about this whole salt flat thing. Because, I've seen pictures.
Oh, the pictures don't even do it justice.
But how do you even get a beach vibe from a salt flat?
Imagine this. You're standing on a surface so vast and white, it seems to go on forever. And I mean forever. The ground beneath your feet, pure crystallized salt.
That's Salar de Uyuni, right?
You got it. The world's largest salt flat. And talk about a unique ecosystem.
Oh, yeah, I bet. But what kind of life can even survive in a place that's basically just dot salt?
Well, it's actually more diverse than you might think. You've got these hardy plants that have adapted to the high salt content. And flamingos. They flock there by the thousands.
Right.
See, Salar de Uyuni, it's a breeding ground for a couple of South American flamingo species. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
It really is. And wait, isn't there something about lithium there too?
You're on top of it.
Yeah.
Salar de Uyuni holds a significant portion of the world's lithium reserves. And that's kind of big deal nowadays, right?
Understatement. Think about it. Our phones, our laptops, even electric cars.
All powered by lithium.
Wild, right? This seemingly barren landscape is actually crucial to our modern lives. And speaking of incredible landscapes...
You ready to head to the mountains?
Let's do it. Take us to Lake Titicaca. Because that's got to be another one of those places that you have to see to believe.
I've been lucky enough to see it myself. And believe me, photos don't do it justice. We're talking about the highest navigable lake in the world, nestled high up in the Andes Mountains.
Enough that you're actually talking about altitude sickness sometimes.
Well, absolutely. But people still make the journey, and it's easy to see why.
So we've got this massive lake high in the mountains. But where do the beaches come in?
Well, picture this. Crystal clear water stretching out before you, surrounded by towering peaks. And scattered across the lake.
Islands.
Islands. Okay, now we're talking.
But these aren't your typical islands. Some of them are floating islands made entirely of reeds.
Reeds? Like the plant?
Yep. The Euros people, an indigenous group who've lived on the lake for centuries, they construct these islands by hand.
Wow, that's incredible. It's a way of life that's been passed down through generations. Imagine that. Building your own land, harvesting reeds, fishing in these waters. It's like stepping back in time.
Talk about a unique cultural experience. It sounds almost unreal.
And you know what I love about places like Lake Titicaca? It's a good reminder that beach doesn't have to mean coastlines and margaritas. It's a state of mind, a feeling.
An escape from the everyday.
Exactly.
So yeah, maybe you won't be working on that tan in Bolivia, but...
You'll come away with something far richer.
Stories, experiences.
And a fresh perspective.
A reminder that our world is full of surprises, and sometimes the most unexpected places hold the most incredible beaches.
It's all about keeping an open mind.
I'm already thinking, what other hidden beaches are out there? Places we'd never think to look for this kind of experience. It's definitely got me ready to plan my next adventure.
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.